In the bustling heart of a city that never slept, there was a small cafe nestled between towering glass buildings, where the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the sweet scent of pastries. It was a popular spot for those seeking a moment of respite from the relentless pace of life. Among the regulars was a young woman named Clara, whose vibrant laughter often filled the air, drawing smiles from strangers and friends alike. Yet beneath her cheerful exterior lay a growing sense of discontent, a feeling that joy was becoming increasingly elusive. Clara had always been a seeker of happiness. From a young age, she was taught that joy could be found in achievements, experiences, and the simple pleasures of life. She chased after good grades, accolades, and the approval of others, believing that each success would bring her a little closer to lasting happiness. Yet, with each triumph, she felt a fleeting thrill that quickly faded, leaving her yearning for the next high, the next rush of excitement. It began innocently enough. A promotion at work sparked a brief celebration, but soon the novelty wore off, replaced by the weight of new responsibilities. A weekend getaway with friends brought laughter and joy, but as the sun set on their last day together, Clara felt an ache of nostalgia, a reminder that those moments were transient. She started to notice a pattern. The more she chased after joy, the more it slipped through her fingers like grains of sand. One evening, while scrolling through her social media feed, Clara stumbled upon a post that resonated deeply with her. It spoke of the dopamine trap, a psychological phenomenon that explained her experiences. The post described how the brain's reward system, designed to motivate behavior and encourage survival, could easily become a double-edged sword. Every time Clara indulged in a pleasurable experience, be it a delicious dessert, a shopping spree, or a binge-worthy series, her brain released dopamine, a neurotransmitter that created a sense of euphoria. However, each release was followed by a crash, a stark reminder that the joy was fleeting. Intrigued, Clara delved deeper into the concept. She learned that dopamine was not just about pleasure, but also about anticipation. The thrill of looking forward to something, whether it was a night out or a new purchase, was often more exhilarating than the actual experience itself. This realization struck her like a bolt of lightning. She had been living for the next dopamine hit, perpetually chasing the high without recognizing that the pursuit itself was a trap. As she pondered this revelation, Clara began to reflect on her life choices. She realized that her reliance on external sources of joy had created a cycle of dependency, one that left her feeling hollow and unfulfilled. The more she sought happiness through distractions and temporary pleasures, the more she became aware of the void that remained. It was as if she was a moth drawn to a flame, mesmerized by the glow, but ultimately burned by the intensity of her desires. Determined to break free from this cycle, Clara embarked on a journey of self-discovery. She sought to redefine her relationship with joy, to understand its deeper roots beyond the superficial highs. Instead of scrolling through her phone for instant gratification, she picked up a journal and began to document her thoughts and feelings. She learned to appreciate the small moments, watching the sunrise, savoring a warm cup of tea, or engaging in heartfelt conversations with friends. Clara also turned to mindfulness practices, immersing herself in the present moment rather than fixating on future pleasures. She discovered the beauty of being fully engaged in her experiences, whether it was the taste of a ripe strawberry or the sound of rain tapping against her window. Each moment became a lesson in gratitude, a reminder that joy could be found in the ordinary, not just the extraordinary. Through this process, Clara began to understand why joy faded so quickly. It was not merely the fleeting nature of pleasure, but the relentless pursuit of more that dulled her senses. The dopamine trap had conditioned her to seek constant stimulation, leaving little room for appreciation or contentment. With each moment of joy she experienced, she had been subconsciously preparing for the next high, robbing herself of the richness of the present. As weeks turned into months, Clara's perspective shifted. She learned to celebrate her achievements without clinging to them for validation. She found joy in the journey rather than the destination, understanding that life was a tapestry woven with both highs and lows. The more she embraced the ebb and flow of her emotions, the less she felt the need to chase after happiness. Clara's newfound wisdom began to ripple through her relationships. She became more present with her friends and family, savoring the laughter shared over dinner or the comforting silence of a shared moment. The cafe, once a backdrop for her fleeting joys, transformed into a sanctuary where she could connect with herself and others authentically. One day, as she sat in her favorite corner of the cafe, sipping a cappuccino and watching the world go by, Clara felt a profound sense of peace wash over her. She realized that joy was not a destination to be reached, but a state of being to be cultivated. It was in the acceptance of life's impermanence that she found true fulfillment. The dopamine trap no longer held power over her. Instead, she embraced the beauty of each moment, understanding that joy was not about constant highs, but rather the gentle appreciation of life's simple pleasures. In that moment, Clara understood that joy might fade, but it could also be rekindled through mindfulness, gratitude, and connection. She had learned to dance with the ebb and flow of her emotions, finding strength in vulnerability and beauty in the ordinary. And as she looked out at the bustling city, she felt a sense of belonging, not just to the world around her, but to herself.